Pooja Pal's husband was killed by criminal mafia in 2005 in a shootout. 20 years later, she has acknowledged that the crime crackdown by a rival party, the party in power, the BJP under Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, has brought her a sense of justice. And just hours after she made that unforgivable, clearly, comment in the Lucknow Assembly, she has been thrown out of the Samajwadi Party. Joining me live now, spokesperson from the Samajwadi Party that has thrown out Pooja Pal, Ghanshyam Tiwari. Ghanshyam, good to see you. Welcome. Dr. Geeta Bhatt is a political analyst and Rohan Gupta is spokesperson of the BJP. Ghanshyam, to you first. What was so wrong in what Pooja Pal has said that she needed to be thrown out of the party? Her husband was killed just a few weeks after they got married in 2005 to, criminal gangs in UP. She has acknowledged the work being done by Yogi Adityanath. What was the big deal? Why did she need to be thrown out of the party?
Good evening, Shiv, to you, my fellow co-panelists and the viewers. There are three important things, but most important is facts. And you can go to ndtv.in and look at the facts that you have conveniently missed. The fact is that she joined BSP, she won on BSP, she was suspended and removed from BSP because she wanted to join BJP. This was prior to joining SP. She won on an SP ticket, she cross-voted in Rajya Sabha. Convenient facts missed out by you.
But she's in your party, Ghanshyam.
Please allow me to complete. I did not interrupt you. You had a very long speech on Pooja Pal. The convenient fact missed out by you are, one, she cross-voted last year along with several MLAs who have been thrown out of the party. That's one. Two, in the Phulpur Upchunav by polls, she went door to door seeking votes for the BJP candidate. Three, her statement and your statement that Adityanath gave justice to her. Atiq Ahmed was killed in police custody in front of the media. If that is the Talibani justice that the Chief Minister claims is his model, then hats off to a party that just today in Supreme Court could not defend the Election Commission, who's trying to steal away voting rights of 65
But Ghanshyam, I don't want to interrupt you at all because I am not the kind of anchor who does that. But both the previous instances that you've mentioned sound to be much graver offences in terms of party discipline than what she did today.
Well, you started your summary by saying that the party is intolerant. And I just stated the facts of last 12 months. Somebody who for good 8 years has been trying to enter BJP. And the reason we are
So why did you give her a ticket then?
I'm coming to that. She sought it. She said she didn't want to enter BJP. And then last 1 year we've been tolerant. But the main point is, please allow me to complete.
It can't be that innocent.
Please allow me to complete. I did not interrupt.
This is a narrative
when you were skipping important facts for your viewers, I did not interrupt.
No, you've given us all the facts. Nobody's hiding away from them.
Yes, one sentence. We are absolutely intolerant to on the eve of independence. And I to your viewers, I communicate my wishes that our collective efforts will make our nation stronger. On the eve of Independence Day, at a time when we don't know whether our Prime Minister is Prime Minister because of an election that was frauded and stolen away from us with EC, like Mahadevpura data shows, or the fact that most number of people with criminal charges, people who are party switchers are today in BJP. We do not want to tolerate people who want to participate in the betrayal that BJP does.
Rohan, the Samajwadi Party which has sacked Pooja Pal says she has always wanted to be with the BJP. She has continuously tested our patience and now our patience has run out and that's why she has been sacked. So the Samajwadi Party says you are wrong. It's not only because she praised Yogi. She is a serial offender and she is clearly close to the BJP.
So why were they waiting for today to praise Yogi government? Why did they didn't do earlier? See, the point here is these so-called leaders of Indi Gadbandhan, they are talking about Mohabbat ki dukaan, but they are living in Nafrat ka makan. This is intolerance. Anybody speaking against them or maybe praising the real facts. She has spoken against Atiq Ahmed. So I think what is wrong in that? There should be tolerance. Something which is right is right. Whether you are an opposition party or leading party, you have to accept it. Something which is in public domain, which is absolutely true, you cannot oppose that. That's a major problem with Indi Gadbandhan leaders. Shiv, I'll give one more example. You are just talking about this incident. This kind of situation is faced by the MPs of Indi Gadbandhan. Whether it is Shashi Tharoor or Manish Tiwari, the best of the people, they just praised the country. They are not allowed to speak in parliament. What is this? They want Atiq Ahmed's and Shahabuddin's back in India? No, people will not tolerate that. You saw in Bihar, Tejasvi Yadav praising Shahabuddin. So this is their mindset and they don't want to come out of the mindset. But see, they are forgetting that country has really moved on. You cannot accept this kind of old mindset just for political gains. You are praising these criminals. No. I think the other way around, had they continued with her or maybe praised her, people would have liked it. They have missed the opportunity. But now saying that she was, because of indiscipline, we have thrown out, I think it is too late to do that. People have seen that she has been thrown out only because of the fact she has spoken against Atiq Ahmed.
So this is intolerance and hypocrisy, says the BJP. Ghanshyam, you want to reply? Then I'll bring Geeta Bhatt in.
Very quickly, I'm restating. It's not about intolerance. She can join whatever party that she wants to join. But this is a moment that India feels betrayed by BJP at the level of Prime Minister. A party that frauds against voters, they want to snatch away their
issue. Ghanshyam, we're debating this, not the election commission.
I'm sticking to it. Please allow me to complete the sentence. Please, just one sentence, not more than that. We are very sensitive to the massive fraud and betrayal BJP does with MLAs.
You're diluting the issue and acting like we don't debate those issues.
I'm just completing my sentence.
Those issues. Don't divert
Pooja Pal,
the issue. Keep it focused on Pooja Pal.
Pooja Pal's throwing out of the party is just showing the sensitivity party has to the level of betrayal BJP can do to the voters, to the supporters.
But what does that have to do with Pooja Pal, Ghanshyam? What does Pooja Pal have to do with the vote chori campaign?
I told you, the party that attracts the greatest number of party switchers, criminals, by their own affidavits, they betrays the voters. Pooja Pal is the next episode for that party. That's why she is thrown out.
No, so are you saying that she is a stooge of the BJP? Is that your categorical allegation right now?
The facts show it.
She was your MLA. She still is your MLA.
The facts show it. You go door to door to seek votes for BJP. You cross vote in Rajya Sabha, and you do not say a word when a BJP leader says that when your house is flooded. A BJP minister said, "Ganga Ma aapke ghar par aayi hai." Look at the shame of this party. The Pooja Pal is an MLA from the same region. She doesn't say a word. She doesn't say a word when BJP was showering petals as people were dying in stampede in Mahakumbh. So people, this is the model of BJP.
Waiting for this day then.
They identify people who can participate in their serial betrayal of people, mandate institutions, and they make them election commissioners.
This is sounding
MLAs,
a
MPs.
little unbelievable to me, because it's sounding like, even Atiq Ahmed and the manner in which he was killed is being defended rather than Pooja Pal, who has simply had a few words of praise for the Chief Minister over crime. It seems like
Atiq Ahmed
Samajwadi Party is sounding thin-skinned when it comes to this. Rohan, come in, then I'll bring Geeta Bhatt in, who's been waiting patiently. Rohan.
See, I don't know what day Samajwadi Party was waiting for. He's talking about the betrayal. So were they waiting for her to oppose Atiq Ahmed, and then they wanted to throw out? What are you talking, Ghanshyam bhai? At least some days we should not talk politics, At least we should be facts are facts. She's been sacked because she has spoken against Atiq Ahmed, and obviously Samajwadi Party will not like it because of the vote bank politics. This is the height of vote bank politics. How can you, even argue this, that, okay, she did this 2 years back, 1 year back, so today we have thrown her out? Why she was there in party, if that is the case? So I think let's not talk. This clearly shows the intolerance, and this has become the mindset of all the Indian
But Ghanshyam, is that true?
You have seen the minister has been thrown out.
Let Ghanshyam defend that if that is not true, Rohan. No, Ghanshyam, the allegation being cast against your party is that the Samajwadi Party would rather defend Atiq Ahmed than defend or ignore the words of its own MLA, and therefore she's been sacked. That it was unacceptable that she has pointed a finger at Atiq Ahmed and the criminal gangs of Uttar Pradesh.
I state, Samajwadi Party at this moment and the entire India alliance is very sensitive to a party that betrays, at the level of Prime Minister, Home Minister Yogi Adityanath, betrays the trust of the people, whether it is by poaching MLAs for cross-voting by inciting them to speak against their own party. She did not talk about Atiq Ahmed. She spoke about Adityanath, a man who has destroyed Uttar Pradesh, making it a state where there have been fake encounters, where there have been atrocities, where Supreme Court has to come down heavily so many times, where the highest number of MLAs with criminal charges in any party exist even today for anybody to do a basic Google search or look at the ADR site. As far as comparison with Atiq Ahmed is concerned, here is a party that has stood up with Baba Ram Rahim. Here's a party that stands with Prajwal Ravanna. Here's a party that stands with Babu Bajrangi. You look at any statistics. Today, the highest number of criminals ever that have been in parliament or legislatures that have ever come from a party are in BJP.
Let me bring Geeta Bhatt in. Geeta Bhatt, the politicians have spoken. How do you see this? Does Pooja Pal deserve to be sacked?
Seconds.
Has she earned a sacking from the Samajwadi Party today in your eyes? Politicians say and do all kinds of things. But does she deserve to be sacked for, simply reaching across the aisle and praising Yogi Adityanath for bringing her justice for her husband's death from 20 years ago?
For having me on your program. I think today when Pooja Pal was...
Go ahead.
Thanks for having me here on your program. I think Pooja Pal today when she was praising Yogi Adityanath for the justice for which she has been waiting. I mean, please remember that her husband was shot on a broad daylight. And those who were accused, as she mentioned, everyone knew. It was none other than Atiq Ahmed, a brother against whom her husband had fought an election and won. And for that he paid that price. It was basically a widow who was trying to express her gratitude for the justice that she was seeking for so long. Ultimately, she was trying to express that gratitude. And let us not forget that in Uttar Pradesh there had been a very long span of time when Samajwadi Party was holding the fort, when people like Atiq Ahmed, Mukhtar Ansari, they were synonymous to terror and fear, and especially how unsafe women were during that time. We have witnessed that. We have seen that. So, I mean, they could have, the party could have risen above petty politics, in this case. Seeing that their elected woman representative, what message the Samajwadi Party is giving to the society on the eve of the Independence Day, that how an elected woman representative is treated in their party. For so long...
Ghanshyam, respond to that. That's a very specific... That's a specific charge on the eve of Independence Day. A widow's gratitude to a chief minister rising above politics could have been ignored. It may have annoyed the party, but it could have been ignored. It was a simple, small thing. You've made this an even bigger issue by sacking her.
I respect Dr. Geeta Bhatt. I have two important points to mention. One is her point that what is the message that Samajwadi Party wants to give on the eve of election. At a time when BJP has, and its stooge election commission has faced a slap by the Supreme Court, the message is no matter who you are, your vote will be secured by India Alliance.
You're going back to the same issue because you've come with that mandate.
That on the sacking.
Ghanshyam bhai, we debate that issue separately. I'll invite you back. Keep it on this.
On the sacking of Pooja Pal, we requested the government in Uttar Pradesh that there has to be a proper assembly session. This is not a hit and run country. The Prime Minister does a hit and run in the parliament, doesn't show up, and the Uttar Pradesh government uses the same model, a 3-day assembly session. Is it a joke? So when you have a 3-day assembly session...
But what does that have to do with sacking Pooja? Ghanshyam, you're talking about everything apart from a
Don't be anxious, I'm coming to it.
A widow's words, come on. This is a limited time debate. You can't be talking about everything under the sun.
No, I'm not. I'm coming to it. When you have a 3-day assembly session, when you have a 3-day assembly session, when Pooja Pal gets up to speak, please, I was not interrupting you. When Pooja Pal gets up to speak, she ignores the important things that have happened. The vote chori, she ignores. She ignores the stampede in Mahakumbh, her own region. She ignores the fact that...
But this is a personal story. This is chooses a 20-second soundbite. 20 seconds.
Chooses to use the opportunity. Chooses to use the opportunity once again, twice in 1 year. Use the opportunity to seek a membership of BJP. By praising Adityanath, we decided to let her go. Let her have that membership. What is wrong with it? She's been trying for 1 year. She cross-voted. She sought vote for BJP candidate openly. She's been trying for 1 year. We let her go. It's freedom time. She got her freedom.
But that is, I have to repeat the point that is still on you because she is a Samajwadi Party MLA, sir. Surely all the checks and balances have been conducted before you have admitted her,
Shiv
or
Aroor.
you've seen some
Shiv,
benefit
Shiv,
from admitting
Shiv.
her. It's not out of generosity that you've given her a ticket to fight on your
Shiv.
party symbol. But Geeta, how would you respond to that? They say that no, it's a serial offender. Now that she's out,
Shiv.
she's a BJP stooge. Geeta.
Ghanshyamji is mentioning that, she cross-voted. She cross-voted when the cross-voting happened, why is it that the party did not suspend her at that time? And she was not the only one. There were others also who had cross-voted. Today, when she has been suspended, there are those other 6 who had, other 5 who had cross-voted along with her. Have they also been suspended along at the same time? So
They have been thrown out long before.
This is something that, Ghanshyamji, what is important here is that today the timing has been such that when she spoke about the law and order situation, in her statement she says that it is not just me, it is the voice of millions like me in the, in the state who feel safe today. So your suspending her actually is a message that you do not stand with the safety of the woman in the state. That today is being guaranteed by the state government under Yogi Adityanath's.
Let Ghanshyam respond to that.
This is what it is amounting to.
Let Ghanshyam respond to that.
I think facts don't require reason. The question that Dr. Geeta Bhatt asked, that have others been suspended, they have been thrown out much before. We allowed we allowed BJP the chance to just bring her to their party openly, but BJP is the party that betrays. It will betray the voter, it will betray Dhankar, it will betray election commission, it will betray everybody. So we allowed her the chance. BJP did not want her to enter from the front door. They gave her an opportunity to seek a praise for the chief minister. Now she gets her freedom. She can join BJP.
Rohan, I'll come to you for a moment, but Ghanshyam,
her long cherished desire to
Ghanshyam,
join
the sense that
BJP
people will get, even from what you're saying, and I mean this very respectfully, Ghanshyam, is that cross-voting, talking to the other side, all these things are lesser crimes in the Samajwadi Party's view. But once she points a finger at Atiq Ahmed, that is the biggest taboo, and therefore she had to go. And
Why is
that,
it a crime?
whether she's a woman, whether her husband has been killed by gangsters, doesn't matter. But she has done the untouchable thing, which is point a finger at Atiq Ahmed, and that's why she's sacked. That is the perception now.
You can have your perception, but I'm just stating facts. That if somebody has been trying for 1 year, it is not that BJP doesn't do any charity. It's a government in Maharashtra that is called Khokhe Sarkar. Everything comes with a price tag. So when she cross-voted for BJP, the other MLAs got what they wanted.
Okay.
She decided that she wants to support BJP. That's why she cross-voted. That's why she went door to door to support BJP.
still doesn't
What is wrong
answer
with
my
that?
question
All we
about
are
what
saying
she was
is
doing.
party that is a serial betrayer of everybody in India. We are giving them a very open opportunity to not betray.
That is very disingenuous, Ghanshyam. I know you don't mean that. Yes, Rohan, reply to that.
This is the irony. People like Ghanshyam Bhai generally talks logically. He is not able to defend, because how can you defend a point? He is saying that she has defected and all. So what were they waiting for? Why she was not thrown out of party then? Why she is thrown now? Just speaking against the killer of her husband, you are throwing her now. What logic you are giving, Ghanshyam Bhai? You can raise all other issues, all other points, but today you have clearly given the point. Just because of your politics, you have thrown a lady who has spoken against the killer of her husband. People will not digest that. All other politics are points you can raise at all different points. But today, just taking her out of party for this reason, allowing her to be in party for defection, but taking her out of party because of she spoke against Atiq Ahmed, the killer of her husband, I think you are not giving any good message. And this cannot be defended, Ghanshyam Bhai. As simple as that. Today it's a blunder by SP. It shows the mindset of Samajwadi Party that you want people like Atiq Ahmed back in UP, and that's why people of UP, they will never trust you again. And you have given another example of your hypocrisy today. at all levels. This is what you people are doing.
Let Ghanshyam respond.
My friend Rohan says that people will not trust Samajwadi Party because this people will not accept it. That is his point of view. I respect it. On the other hand, we believe that people will not accept a party that snatches away, steals their election. He said people will not accept. In 2024, Samajwadi Party got 37 seats in the Lok Sabha election in Uttar Pradesh, including the defeat that BJP faced in Ayodhya, in an election where Prime Minister stood up and said opposition's campaign is a mujra. Now we know, just like Mahadevpura, that if they had not stolen the election, we would have
come with one mandate.
People have given their verdict. Now Rohan Gupta can decide that it is with Pooja Pal's issue that people will vote against Samajwadi Party, or it is the fact that BJP steals our voters, their ability to vote, and puts fraud voters inside, that people will vote against BJP. Time will tell.
See, Ghanshyam is a very qualified spokesperson. He's come with a very disciplined view that no matter what the question, he's going to talk about the vote.
Yes,
the voter fraud issue.
Clear.
No, I appreciate that. That's okay. That is called being laser focused as far as the political conversation is concerned. But today on the table on the debate here on India Matters is an MLA of the Samajwadi Party. You know, most of us had never even heard of her before this, right? Most of us had never known of the existence of a Pooja Pal, and suddenly she is a national sort of icon to some. I'm sure the BJP also feels a certain fondness for her today, and Ghanshyam will smile when I say that, because they're already blaming her for being a kind of BJP stooge. But does that wash with you, Geeta Bhatt? The Samajwadi Party simply saying, oh, this is all just a BJP conspiracy and there is nothing more to explain in this?
Well, Shiv, now since Ghanshyamji has been, we have been talking of apples and he's talking of oranges on this debate. I am just, trying to once again remind everybody, especially those who were born in the 21st century may not be aware that how in 1995, this is just to put forth that when it comes to women as representing, in the polity of this country as representatives. What had happened when Mayawati ji, when Samajwadi and BSP government was there and Mulayam Singh ji was the chief minister, and how when Mayawati ji threatened to withdraw support to their government, what had happened in the guest house in 1995, how Mayawati ji, the way her dress was torn over there. It was just to remind Ghanshyamji that it was a BJP MLA at that time, Brahmadat ji, who had gone all out to save Mayawati ji at that time. Otherwise, God knows what would have happened. That is something, this is basically, why is it that being derogatory towards women who can stand up and speak in politics, who can have a viewpoint, show their independence in putting forth their viewpoint on the table. Why is it that the Samajwadi Party is not able to accept it?
I'll take that point to Ghanshyam, but just as a final sort of word, as I began this show, this is an unusual week because it was first KN Rajanna, who's a sitting MLA, sitting minister in the Karnataka government of the Congress party. Now you have Pooja Pal, both persons being sacked, for words they have said which have not gone down well with their parent party. And both are similar in the sense that it looks like freedom of speech sometimes does not always apply, even with parties that are supposedly progressive, supposedly tolerant of free speech, point a finger quite aggressively at the BJP and say that they're dictatorial. Rohan, has it been an amusing sort of told you so week for the BJP? KN Rajanna and now Pooja Pal?
See, I think this shows the real mindset of opposition parties. It's for people to decide which parties to trust. There are many political issues. Definitely every party has right to raise the political issues. But at the end of the day, what kind of narrative you are putting in minds of people, you need to be very, very careful. And that's why I started with Operation Sindoor. Whether Mr. Manish Tiwari or Shashi Tharoor, they were not allowed to speak in parliament. Don't you feel this is intolerance? They are the people who represented India for Operation Sindoor, and they were not allowed to speak in the parliament because they were worried. See, this kind of mindset cannot work. Something which is absolutely nobody can doubt. If you raise questions on that, obviously people are not going to accept it. That's the basic core issue with both these parties, whether it is, and Ghanshyam Bhai General is a good spokesperson. The way he was going out of syllabus, I think maybe this is out of syllabus for him, or maybe he was not informed about the topic. He tried his level best, but this is not defendable.
Okay, Ghanshyam, I think Ghanshyam is being a very good spokesperson today as well. Sometimes the job necessitates defending the indefensible, in my view, but he has to have his own view. Let Ghanshyam have the last word. Today was 2 against 1. Ghanshyam, go ahead. 30 seconds to you.
I think the headline of 2025 on intolerance is called Jagdeep Dhankad, right? And the headline of Operation Sindoor is called Donald Trump. As far as Pooja Pal is concerned,
that I have to disagree with.
You can disagree. You said give me 30 seconds. You can give me 30 seconds. As far as Pooja Pal is concerned and Dr. Geeta Bhatt's point, the headline is we have a Prime Minister who stood on the stage holding hands of serial rapist Prajwal Rajanna and said, vote for him, you will strengthen me. So nobody today preaches. Every bad episode in history is a lesson for current generation and future generation. But this is not connected to that. This is connected to the spirit that we will not allow BJP to betray us anymore. Neither our cadres, nor our MLAs, nor our MPs, nor our voters.
Okay. Ghanshyam Tiwari, Geeta Bhatt and Rohan Gupta. Thank you very much for being with me on debate number 1 here on India Matters.